Hello everyone and welcome back to our weekly modern tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. It's more than modern. My name is Mick, I'm one of your hosts alongside the suit, Mr. James Church Morley.
Round two.
Round two. Fight!
Quick turnaround as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it feels like we've only just finished talking about McDonald's.
I know. It feels, but it feels like ages ago. And this, man. Okay, in the break, I'm gonna take my opportunity to go to the loo. Cause yeah, I need to break some stuff. Kevin here on the left and Darren on the right. I think I got the names right. Darren looks like, well, didn't really get to see through his deck, but might be playing Storm here. Blue red, yeah. See that Izak Signet, or maybe not Storm. Could it be? Anyway. Kevin looks like he's playing, well, from last week we know he's playing MonoU Tron.
Yeah, I was about to say he's on. I thought I'd be really clever by saying he's on MonoU Tron by just playing an island, but
he is. I mean, last week remember, like he was playing MonoU Tron. Okay, so this is
Serum Visions. Draw a card, Scryty. Well, it looks like it could be some sort of maybe Jeskai Tempo deck. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if he was playing a Jeskai Tempo deck, it's very strange for him to play a polluted Delta. Of course, I mean, like budget constraints and the card availability is something to think about as well.
There you go. Although he's got foil full art.
Oh man. Oh man. That bling, man. That bling.
That Darren obviously hasn't had enough time to buy unstable lands yet.
Yeah.
Hang a second.
All right. Whoa. So opt. So this is not like some Storm deck, unless like Storm's trying to go off like at end step, which rarely happens.
You can find our conversation about opt in Modern a couple of weeks ago.
Oh
we went in depth into it.
But is that a? So it looks like blue-red control. I don't think there's any or blue-red tempo, blue-red fairies maybe. Well, traditionally it'll be black and
I was about
blue
to say,
fairies,
and
right?
for control, you really want white to be your color because of the
choice.
you get sweepers, path to exile.
Yeah.
And we've got we'll see Vendilion Clique.
Yeah,
I believe. Which is
let's bring it up.
Yeah,
it does get countered. I mean, like it does get countered by the Condescend.
Yeah, and this is the Modern Masters 2015 art.
Yeah. I like it. I
like this one more. I like this art more.
The selfie stick one, right? Like all of them. Like she's holding out. The one in the middle is holding out the selfie stick. Bubbles, Buttercup, and I forget what's the.
I didn't actually know that's what it looks like now, but now you've said it, it does look like they're holding a selfie stick. Yeah. Yeah,
and they're all like posing, like, "Hey man, look at me!" Like one's like bending low and then looking up the camera, like supermodel type.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure that in the art description at Wizards of the Coast they said make it look like they're holding a selfie stick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, three of them. They're not taking a selfie. It's taking a Wi-Fi. That's what they call it now.
Is that what I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, it's like we are taking a selfie.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, kids these days. Kids these days. I don't know.
The new Fandango stuff.
Yeah.
Truth or Dare, Mr. Jeffrey Chan saying it's Blue-Red Breach. Maybe it is. Well, it's a control deck at the end of the day, right? Somewhere.
Yeah.
There. Whoa.
Wow. Okay. Oh, so he's playing.
Right,
he's playing the Blood Moon deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. We are dumb. We don't know anything about Magic.
Well, it's this is a Blue Moon deck.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe the basic island should have given that away.
Well, yeah. I mean, not just the basic island. Like the second basic island is like. Yeah. So this is probably.
So basically, what? So give us an overview of the Blue Moon deck.
Okay, so Blue Moon deck, basically you play one of the cards that wins you, that ought to win you a game. So on turn 3 you want to slam Blood Moon. That's it.
And we'll bring up Blood Moon on the screen.
Yeah,
so you can
Blood
see
Moon.
that.
Okay, so Blood Moon transforms all non-basic lands into mountains.
It's better art. Do not like that art.
You do not like that art?
Absolutely
Wait,
not.
I want to see what's it.
No masterpieces,
It's
please.
okay.
No Amonkhet invocations.
All right. Okay. All right.
Let's,
I like the antiquities or the dark.
Let's keep our magic civilized.
Yeah.
With no capital letters everywhere.
All non-basic lands are now basic mountains. Well, they're not really basic mountains. The rules have been updated. All basic non-basic lands are mountains. They are actually non-basic. So if if you have like a Yawgmoth on the battlefield, and then somebody drops a Blood Moon, your Yawgmoth turns into Yawgmoth, Tomb of Urborg, mountain. That's it. That's what it says. That's what it will say. Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, and Blood Moon is going to be very good against a deck that wants to play lands that tap for 2 and 3 colorless mana.
So yeah, but Darren here needs to be able to draw the Blood Moon, and not being able to make his land drop this turn means that he can't play that Snapcaster that he just drew, as well as play a counter spell. But Kevin here just can't seem to assemble Tron.
Yes, I thought not, sir.
Thought not, sir. Number 2 hits the battlefield.
So Darren constrained on red mana as well. Only has the steam vents and 4 basic islands.
Yeah, but he can get it soon. I don't
think, and obviously once Blood Moon comes into play, he probably wants islands to play the blue spells in his deck.
Yeah, you're playing Cryptic Commands, man. It's tough. Okay, so the other part of Blood Moon. So once you land a Blood Moon, basically you constrict your opponent from casting spells, from basically playing Magic. And if you tuned in like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago when we were talking about like how you play vintage shops, where rule number 1 is if you can prevent your opponent from playing Magic, you do that. And then your opening hand, rule number 2 is if your opening hand doesn't do what rule number 1 says, you mulligan. So, this is exactly that. I'm just going to prevent you from playing Magic by playing Blood Moon. And there's a red deck auto win deck, which is Blood Moon. What's the other spell? Ensnaring Bridge, and what's the XX spell?
Chalice of the Void.
Chalice of the Void. Yeah. So these 3 spells just punish your opponent for playing Magic. Like they will prevent your opponent from playing any form of Magic. It hits all the decks. So this is just one aspect of it, and then from there you just control your opponent. Drop you have your remands, you have your Cryptic Commands, you have your mana. I think some versions have Mana Leak, and then you basically wait it out until you get your what's that thing called, the Battle Skull. And you just wait it out until you get Battle Skull, and then you just start beating. That's all you do. It's really all you do.
And I think that's what Darren probably needs to do quite quickly.
Yeah.
He needs to find a Blood Moon fairly quickly, because Kevin just found an expedition map.
Yeah,
and next turn he's going to play the expedition map, sacrifice it to get his 3rd Tron land, and then just have
infinite mana.
A lot of mana available. And
counter spells on the to boot.
So this is the interesting. So the win condition in these mono blue Tron decks tends to be Mindslaver.
Yeah. Mindslaver, well, there's a lot of it. Yeah, you can go Mindslaver, you can go, it's still got Khans, it's still got Ugins, because you might just go like natural Tron, and just go Khan on turn 3, Ugin on turn 4.
But I guess what blue sacrifices the ability to find the Tron lands
consistently,
and easily. You only really have access to the artifacts that allow you to do expedition map.
Yeah, that's it.
Whereas other colours. So when you play green, for example, you have Sylvan Scrying.
That's right.
Ancient Stirrings, which is why you normally see green.
A green X, right?
Yeah,
green white,
yeah.
Green.
But blue does give you counter
spells.
Yeah, so we've seen Condescend already.
And when you have that many counter spells,
it's just a matter of time. What you really want to be doing is just playing a waiting game, countering a couple of their spells, then playing a big threat and just ending the game.
Speaking of Blood Moon here, we have our first copy of Blood Moon on the battlefield, and just gonna pass the turn. I'm not sure what Kevin has here, unless Kevin, what he wants to do is basically just drop a Khan. He wants to get all his lands, and then drop spells like this, like the Battle Skull. And here we go, Snapcaster into probably a
repeal. Yeah, Snapcaster.
Remand. Okay,
intro remand. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, so just to draw the
yeah,
extra card.
Draw a card, yeah. And then Kevin's going to sacrifice Expedition Map
to look for a land.
Yep.
Well, in this case, it's just a land, but
he's just getting mountains at this point.
Yeah.
Unless he's got, I don't think, blue historically isn't a good color that interacts with enchantments.
Yeah. Unless you're bouncing back,
But he would need something like a chain, not an echoing truths.
Yeah, but that's in the sideboard.
Yeah, that's in the sideboard. Like that's not that's not in the main deck. For the rest of for all intents and purposes, his Tron lands are mountains for the rest of this game.
Yeah. Not in the main board anyway. Unless Kevin here runs Cryptic Commands in his main board, which I highly doubt because Cryptic Command is triple blue. It's a little hard to run. So getting tickled to death by the Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, Cryptic Command.
Yeah,
I can imagine in the Mono Blue Tron, if you played it in Mono Blue Tron, you'd have moments where you just felt so sad that you had a Cryptic Command and 2 islands, and then Tron lands, and just look at it sadly, going, "Oh, this is just the worst feeling in the world." It's so it's incredibly
defeating. Yeah, it's
mana hungry. Another Snapcaster.
Okay, Snapcaster probably to get back the Cryptic Command.
Yep.
And,
so it feels like. And correct me if I'm wrong, Darren needs to end the game sooner rather than later at this point.
Yeah, because Kevin's getting lands.
Yeah, Kevin has 8 mana. So the Tron lands can't really do much, that's fine, but they still give you mana. And he's at 8, so he can now cast, and he's got 9 now in fact. So he can now cast I imagine every creature in his deck, unless he has an Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger.
Yeah.
Which
I think it will be fine. It's a fine addition to the deck. Jeffrey's here saying Blue Tron has Cyclonic Rift. Yeah, that's true. It's got, I think, 1 or 2 copies of Cyclonic Drift, which will be able to bounce away that Blood Moon for a turn.
But you still need a plan, right? You can bounce it, but it's going to come down, and you need to be able to counter it.
You need to start landing stuff after that. So, but you can do it end step. Get it countered, and then drop your Platinum Angel, drop your Worm Coil Engines at a point where
through the breach for Emrakul.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
So Darren's playing Blood Moons and through the breaches as well.
Yeah. So that's
interesting.
That's the I guess it's a amalgamation of like blue red breach with
the Blue Moon deck.
With Blue Moon deck.
Be interesting to see if he has any Vidalcan Shackles as well, just for the creature matchups.
I think that will be in the sideboard.
I think it's in the sideboard because the Blue Moon decks historically played the
Vidalcan,
and also maybe like a 1 or 2 of Threads of Disloyalty as well, just to steal the Tarmogoyfs. I guess you get your Death Shadows, but the Blue Moon deck isn't that popular anymore. It was popular, it was a small part of the metagame for a while, but it's sort of waxed and waned as a moon does.
Oh man,
set myself up for that one.
It's come and gone, right?
Yeah.
Dr. DJ Rainy Dave VX. Okay. Is asking where is this event? Well, this event is being held here at Grey Ogre Games here in Singapore, 83 Club Street. If you ever come to Singapore, sunny island here, very humid sunny island.
I can confirm it's very humid.
You can, we can definitely say yes. You can come down to Grey Ogre Games, 83 Club Street. We're located on the 4th floor. It's a
lot of steps to walk.
A lot of steps, yeah. But it's worth it. I don't know.
I agree completely.
Yeah, it's a nice place to play. Like we've got the space. We got nice stuff. Not we. I say we like as if we work for the store. We don't. We just come here on a Wednesday night. Mark, just lets us sit down at a computer, which we do not own. And then turn on mics and then hook up a camera.
They don't even know that we're doing it half the
time.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like, Mark comes over, like he looks over at the end. I'm like just waving and pretending to work on the computer, like as if I know what I'm doing.
Building the brand, building the Groga Games brand out as a an online giant in the 21st century of streaming.
Whoa. Probably the only store in Singapore that actually does streaming, or at least does streaming with commentary. Because I've watched some people, like when we started out, we didn't have this setup. We didn't have the audio equipment. Actually, I did have the audio equipment. It's just I didn't want to lend it to the store. But we had nothing. We had background music playing, and there's people playing cards, and that's it. Like we've come quite far over the last like maybe 2 years that we've been doing this.
I'm sure some people wish that there was still background music.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Yeah,
As opposed
just
to
play
having-
your podcasts.
Yeah, they're like, all we want to do is watch Modern, and there's these annoying people talking
It
about
was like-
McDonald's, and you know,
Hey, McDonald's and Modern starts with M, and so does Magic, so they're all related.
and you know, and talking. Well, let's not go down things that start with M. They're all related. Let's, you know, I'm sure we can.
Mad cow disease, maybe.
That's where your mind went. Okay.
This is the- I don't know. Anyway, if you're just joining us, you're watching the weekly Modern tournament called Modern. Here at Grey Ogre Games, my name is Meek. I'm one of your hosts, alongside the suit, Mr. James Church, Molly. Yeah, we are watching a game here between Kevin and Darren. Kevin just lost a game. He's playing mono blue Tron, which, well, against Darren's deck. Unless Kevin here is able to resolve, like, he just has to go Tron land 1, 2, and 3, and then just start resolving good big stuff.
Yeah.
That's all he has to do.
You know,
Because there's way too many threats in Kevin's deck
Yeah.
for Darren to deal with.
and Darren's playing a blue-red through the breach / blue moon sort of deck with Blood Moon as, you know, the key piece. And I think, you know, the reality is that Tron lands struggle against Blood Moon.
Yeah,
You-
I think, you just got to prevent Darren from playing that Blood Moon.
Yeah.
Full stop.
And that, you know, that's just how it goes. And Kevin needs to just get to a position where he can safely play some threats and prevent a Blood Moon from coming down. And
But what I like, the thing I like about, let's say, like Kevin's deck, okay, so the main issue is that I don't think Kevin's deck runs basic waste, which then kills your, you know, Blood Moon just turns off your
means you can't
the
play your
Thought
Thought
Knot
Knot
Seers,
Seers.
yeah. And that's really important because, like, you want to go like turn 4, okay, Thought Knot Seer you, and I want to, you know, you want to prevent on turn 3, you want to keep mana open, and then turn 4 you just
I
Thought
would
Knot
be
Seer.
surprised if he wasn't playing Thought Knot Seers. I'd be very surprised.
I would think that he would take out the Thought Knot
No,
Seer.
sorry, not Thought Knot Seers. I'd be surprised if he wasn't playing a single waste. I'd be very surprised.
I don't think so.
See, you say that, but
Because there's no way for you to search it out except for...
Yeah, no, that's fine, but you draw it. But, you know, Ghost Quarter, Path to Exile, all of these cards exist, and
Yeah, but
they
you can
allow
just
you to
search
get
for
basic.
You can just search for a basic island. Why would you play
you can, but, you know, it's a hedge against...
it's a hedge
It's
against...
a hedge. You know, it's one... You know, if you're playing 14 islands, you can probably play 13 islands and 1 waste. You know, that's all I'm saying. Is you can probably play 13 islands and 1 waste.
I know, but I mean, you know, sometimes we just don't, you know, we just don't do it that way.
No,
like,
I know.
Sometimes, you know.
I know. So what I like about Kevin's deck is he's playing 9th edition Tron lands. And it's very easy to tell what Tron land it is.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
that is a tower because there's a tower in the picture.
because it's a freaking tower, people.
And I know, I think that's a power plant.
That's a power plant, yeah.
I know that's a power plant. I say that with such confidence because it looks like a power plant. It's not like the old time antiquities art where like everything is nothing and towers look like mines and plants look like nothing.
Plants look like mines and everything, you know. Oh man, everything is upside down. The world doesn't make sense.
No. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for, you know, and we
For being
joked
that light.
we joked previously about people playing Tron decks and we have
No clue what
no
it is.
idea which land they're playing.
You know, if you tap like 3 Tron lands, right, of different art, we'll just say, yeah, I'm going to give it to you. You have 7 mana.
Yeah.
You basically have 7 mana.
I trust
at this
you.
point.
I trust you.
yeah.
I trust you. You know.
As a judge, right, because we can't see, I mean, like right here, we can't see the names of the cards anymore. So we're like, yeah, I'm just going to give it to you. I believe you and your opponent can discern it for yourself. But
Yeah.
9th edition. Yeah, now that you mentioned 9th edition,
White borders.
does have a,
White borders downside.
but you can alter
Unambiguous art upside.
upside. Yeah. So maybe let us know in the chat which one you prefer. Like, you know, unambiguous white bordered cards, or maybe confusing black bordered cards.
And I will say this: if you're at GP Singapore and you think you like the black border cards more,
Yeah.
Happy to bring some non-matching Urza's lands in Japanese, and we can test you, and we'll see how much you like afterwards. You see how much you like them afterwards. You know, if you think that's the right decision, then by all means.
It's like we have like a little quiz show. We just like flash it out loud. Okay, what's this?
Yeah.
What's this? What's
Bonus
this?
points. Who is the artist?
Who's the? Oh man.
Yeah.
Who is the artist?
I've got no idea.
There's
No idea.
Christopher Rush, for all we know.
Probably. I assume he just drew every single
Yeah.
Magic card for the first 10 years.
Blue Tron plays repeal in main board. Oh yeah. It takes care of Blood Moon. Yes, and they don't run waste. Usually no big Eldrazi.
So, like I said, seems strange that they don't run wastes.
It's crazy, right?
Because they have.
You can spare that one land.
So what your mana base is probably going to be is maybe 22, 23 lands. You play your 12 Tron lands, then the rest are islands.
Yeah.
But presumably your blue spells aren't that mana intensive. You're not going to play anything that plays double blue, because what you really want is the Tron lands and then a single island.
Yeah.
So the hedge of playing a basic waste.
Small thing, right?
It's
just a small loss.
I assume that 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 100 games, you draw your basic waste when you want to draw a basic island. But that's the tension that every deck faces when they build their mana base, is that you have to give something somewhere. So interesting. So I've had a conversation with a few friends of mine. He is the control player. Like, of all people, like, I trust his judgment of control decks, and he was playing against Mono Blue Tron, and they were testing games. So two of my friends, they were testing games against Mono Blue Tron, and once Mono Blue Tron gets lands, once they get ahead of you in mana, there's no way you win that deck. Like, there's too many counter spells, especially if they got like the colored mana. They've got like some blue mana and then Tron lands. Yeah.
Like, there's no way you get hit. Maybe that's why they don't run the waste.
Interesting.
Like, you have to have that blue mana. You must have that one blue mana.
I'm sure there's a well-written thesis on the internet somewhere that I just haven't seen about the mana base. Interesting. Darren here, young Pyromancer.
Gonna condescend away that young Pyromancer.
That's got to be a sideboard card coming in against.
Yeah.
I don't think he's playing Pyromancer mainboard.
No, I doubt it.
But I think I like it. I think
he can
I like
go
it.
wide, yeah.
So young let's talk about it, because
all right.
Young Pyromancer, when it came out, it was, we'll bring it up on screen.
Yeah.
So one in a red for a 2/1.
There we go.
And it says that whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 red elemental creature token.
Yeah.
Now, when this card came out, people were thinking, "Wow, this is it. We're going to break this. This is the new hotness. This is the center of a new paradigm of Modern." Well, I play my Pyromancer, and then I play spells, and I get incremental value, and I beat you around the face. Never really worked out. And I see the other thing, people talked about it as the completion of the sort of 1 and a blue, 1 and a coloured mana creature cycle, where you had like Tarmogoyf, Dark Confident. They're not a cycle, but they're like creatures, like impactful creatures across 1 and a blue.
Right. 1 and X.
So Snapcaster Mage,
right.
Tarmogoyf, Dark Confident, and the one I think was Talia.
Okay.
And so you have these really powerful creatures for 1 and a colour.
And then suddenly you have Young Pyromancer. It's like,
you have Young Pyromancer, and it's like, it's only an uncommon. And
it's uncommon for a reason, because, you can get blown out by some things, and I don't think Modern is a space where you can just totally abuse this card.
I think you want to play it in
Legacy.
You because you need
Legacy,
spells. It's not a non-creature spell. It's instant or sorcery. So what you really want to be playing is Young Pyromancer, and then playing loads of things like Brainstorm, Ponder, Lightning Bolt, super cheap spells that just pump out 1/1 elementals, and you just get incremental advantage from your spells, which are already very good. Unfortunately, Modern, the ban list, has been created in such a way that blue isn't allowed to have much fun.
Oh jeez, look at that.
Yes.
2 mana, tap 2 lands to produce a Worm Coil Engine.
I love it.
Oh my goodness, yeah. This is what happens when you let Tron, get ahead. And it's gonna be tough because Darren here, like when you're playing like control versus control, like you need behead on mana. Like that's the only way that you win.
Yeah,
the game.
you want to hit your 1 to 7 land drops and then play a Sphinx's Revelation.
Yeah.
And draw 4 cards and then hit the rest of them and play another 1 to 7. You know. It's difficult. Darren has got an Emrakul in hand.
Yeah, but he needs to resolve a breach.
He does. But there's a backdoor win for him there if he can get through the breach and he can resolve it.
Okay, I'm just going to.
But you know, even then, like I say that, but even then, Emrakul and then.
No, Emrakul can end the game. Like Emrakul just basically ends the game right now. Oh man,
there
this
it
is.
again.
I feel this is a mistake because. All right. Oh, a braid. Okay. I actually don't like this move. I don't like that he braided here.
So you're giving Kevin a 3/3 worm with lifelink and a 3/3 worm with death touch.
You're giving Kevin 2 creatures to sacrifice. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and then-
It follows up with a lightning bolt.
So lightning
Fine.
bolt, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what I was going to say. You know, if you split the Wormcoil engine, when Emrakul, if it comes into play with Annihilator 6,
Yeah.
you can sacrifice 2 of them, and then 3 islands and a redundant Tron piece, and then you'll still have land available to follow up.
That's right. Yeah, you can just go like you can just you still can cast your Khans. You can draw a land and then lay a land and cast your Ugins. Don't play that many Ugins. I don't think the mono blue version plays Ugin. I think I'm wrong, but maybe they do. But whatever it is, like you still have your Tron lands intact, and that becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Let's see what's the.
Yeah. So Relic of Progenitus exiling a card from Darren's graveyard.
All right, and he gets rid of I think a lightning bolt or something.
So interesting that Kevin brought in the Relics of Progenitus as well.
Yeah, I think you're trying to target the Snapcaster Mages because you are essentially taking away, countering one of your opponent's spells, especially with Snapcaster Mage's ability on the stack.
Yeah.
And then you're still drawing a card.
Okay.
So, it's akin to, what do you call it, Cryptic Command. Okay, bounce a creature and counter the target spell. Yeah, so that's the
bounce
second.
a token, then counter the Wormcoil engine.
Wow,
Not bad.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's for knowledge here. Gonna draw 3 cards, and what does he end up discarding? Lands, maybe.
So Thirst for Knowledge, draw 3 cards and then discard 2 unless you discard an artifact or a land.
Artifact.
Just
discard
discard
artifact.
yeah. So discarding.
Repeal, I think.
Yeah, and an island.
All right, so even more Tron lands now.
Kevin has all the mana he could ever want.
Yeah. It's also to fight against Emrakul. In some instances when you're supposed to sacrifice it at the end of turn from what's it called, through the breach.
Yeah.
Now that you just exile the entire graveyard.
Although Darren, is stuck on lands, he really needs to through the breach here, I think, for this one.
Yeah.
He
needs to try to resolve something. All right, so upkeep.
So
upkeep World Core Engine.
Yeah. So Kevin is using Academy Ruins there. So we'll bring up Academy Ruins, and basically it's 1 the blue to put target artifact card from your graveyard on top of your library.
Yes.
So those Wormcoil engines going back on top of the graveyard.
They are never going
library.
away.
Yeah.
They're never ever going away. And Darren is just gonna run out of gas soon because.
Yeah, you can just recur. You've really got to, exile those Wormcoil engines because otherwise, every time you kill them, you're going to make 2 3/3 tokens, and then they're going to go into the graveyard, and Academy Ruins is going to get them back.
And even if you do kill them, like Academy Ruins gets them back. Okay.
Start the cycle over again. So here you go, Wormcoil engine.
So I assume it's going to be Snapcaster. Yep, Snapcaster into Cryptic Command. There we go.
Yeah. So, don't tap the Academy Ruins. It's tapping the Academy Ruins.
Okay, alright, okay, so he's going to exile the entire graveyard. So this is what we were talking about, like, I'm going to exile your entire graveyard here. And take away your Cryptic Command before you can cast it. So... And then draw a card on top of that.
Yes, I think Darren's just trying to figure out if there's any way around... the Relic of Progenitus.
You cast an actual
from your hand.
Yeah,
Critical
from a critical command from your hand. You let it resolve, then you cast a critical command from your hand. That's how you get around the relic progenitors. So yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he's just Darren's looking at how many lands Kevin has at this
Just
point.
do it.
And it's
yeah, Mana League you sure I'm just gonna tap one land?
yeah, tap my my
my
single
tower, yeah,
and
my 1x tower.
yeah.
How does that work? I wonder.
You know, and I think the thing as well is that it's another Snapcaster.
Alright, I think he's going for the remand this time.
So remanding.
Whoa, okay.
No. So he's getting the abrade.
No.
Oh no.
No, he can't.
He's thinking about it.
He's gotta go for a remand.
I mean, what is he remanding? He's remanding the Wormcoil engine
Yeah, probably.
that Kevin can just cast again. But at least he's making Kevin use all of his mana to cast it again.
Yep. So remand draws Darren a card. Oh, jeez.
So many Tron lands.
Yeah, this is.
We know they're Tron lands because they've got white borders.
Well, yeah.
And sensible
This
art.
is the
Yeah.
only white bordered cards in the deck.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah.
You know, if you listen to this stream afterwards, we really do appreciate it.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, that is a power plant.
Yeah.
That is the other one is a mine. Yay! And the fact that they're matching. I'm probably the worst kind because I just
Matching
scrape
the scrap,
together
yeah.
cards so that I can play.
Don't like
I don't
that.
really care whether it's from the same set. I
I
don't
don't like
really
that.
care whether the arts
You'll
are the
see
same.
at GP Singapore that I'll be playing matching basic lands.
All white bordered.
Not white bordered. I'll just be playing matching basic lands.
Wow.
And I'll go deep into the land box to find them. You know.
Oh, okay. Why don't you just bring your own lands?
That would require me to sort out my cards and have a selection of lands that match, which I do not. What I'll probably do is get there a little bit early and then just pick them out then. So I think you've got to go for the in Ixalan. You've got to go for the ones with the little Jace on them.
Oh, yeah,
So you know,
yeah.
the Jace panorama. That's what
what
I'll be eyes out for.
What's her name? Christine Choi? I think that's. Oh, no,
Is it
that's.
not Christopher
Is
Rush?
it, no, it's
okay.
Christopher Rush is like long gone.
Okay,
Was
okay.
it?
I don't know who it is.
I think it was Alexander. No.
It could possibly be.
Who? Lucas Choi, I think. Lucas Choi was
But
the guy.
they look quite good. So
Yeah.
we'll go for those.
Those were so. I would love a full art version of that, like with Jace like in the background, and
Agree.
just like lost,
Agree.
completely lost.
I
and
hope
that's so cool.
that I think
The next set
I
might
think
have it.
Kevin's got this match pretty much shown up at this
Yeah.
point. So to deviate slightly, I hope that as they now that they're in the story, the Gatewatch are scattered, they go
Yeah.
to their 5 planes, Jason Ixalan. Hopefully that they have a set of lands for each of the 5. So on wherever
that'll be so
wherever
nice.
Chandra is, there'll be like 5, one of each basic land, which has a little Chandra
Yeah.
burning things, or a little Chandra, actually just burning things, or a tiny Nissa like doing stuff
Like
with
and then
plants
there's
Yeah,
plants like following.
yeah,
her.
so I hope that there's going to be that.
Nah, they're
There's
just
almost
gonna-
certainly not. That is a great idea, by the way. They should definitely do
certainly will not be the case. I'm very sure.
that. That's sad.
What's he's
Disappointing.
just gonna fast forward the track because I think people are just getting antsy at this point. Like, what happened to the Gatewatch?
I don't
And
think
it's
they
just
are.
going to be like 1 block per person.
Well, they're moving to, and as Kevin wins that match,
Yeah.
and we move slightly off-piste as they go to sideboard.
Of course,
As
we do.
we do, yeah. And then never go back
Since
onto
like-
the piste. But they, I think that they'll do it more slowly, and that now we're moving to a place where you only have one set is 1 block. So
Yeah.
you're starting with Dominaria,
Yep.
where it's just there's only 240 cards.
That has to be okay. So Dominaria has got to be Liliana.
I think so.
That's
She
that's
is
her
from
home place.
Dominaria.
Yeah, she's from
yeah.
Dominaria. So yeah, that'll be nice.
But the thing
we
is with
have lands
Dominaria
that way.
is that like half of Magic is on Dominaria, right? Just in different continents.
Yeah.
So all of the first
right.
whatever blocks are on
all Dominaria.
Dominaria, but they're in like Ugrotha and like all these random.
Well,
places.
Okay, so Dominaria was one of the planes. It was the blue. I mean, it was the blue plane, right? And
But it has continents.
It has
That's the thing.
continents,
Whereas other planes,
just
apart from Ixalan, which does have Ixalan, which is both the plane and the continent.
yeah.
It also has Terrazon, which is where the Legion of the Blood, the vampires come from.
Oh,
They
yeah,
come from
yeah.
Terrazon.
Right.
Is that what it's called? Terrazon, yeah.
Yeah, but it's still like a contained area, right?
Yeah.
Like
So it's
one
quite small. So Ravnica
yeah.
is obviously just like,
one city.
well, it's described as an ecumenopolis, which is like a massive city. But it's just, I assume that like at some point one must be able to come to the end of Ravnica as a plane.
I mean,
And then what happens? Do you fall off? Is Ravnica a flat? Are all
okay,
planes
so I
flat?
remember the art for Ravnica at like some point. Oh, that was Theros. Sorry, Theros is flat, by the way. Theros, there is a waterfall in which you fall off. I can't remember whether it's Ravnica or Theros. Somebody in the chat.
So that is
explain.
that seems like not
When you-
Greek mythology and a waterfall you fall off.
Yeah, at the waterfall.
That seems like a Norse mythology.
I
Correct
don't
me if
know.
I'm wrong.
Yeah,
'Cause-
that's
because-
probably
because
probably
you
the case.
because you had was it Archimedes or Aristotle who that he posited that the world was round
Mhm.
because of ships.
Yep, they will go. They will go and they come back.
No, because you could see them in the distance. You could see the sail come up, which meant that the world wouldn't be flat, because otherwise you just see them appear and they just get bigger and bigger and
that's
bigger.
right,
But
that's
if you saw them from the top and then eventually went to the bottom, you would see, you would see that. So that's why that's why it's spherical, and that's where you get like the positive of the lever. Like if I have a fulcrum, I can and I put enough distance between the joint and the weight, the pressure, I can lift anything in theory, and that's But I think going back to, I think Dominaria is going to be hard to do because there's so much that people expect.
So much history,
yeah,
right?
so much people expect, right?
Yeah,
and there's always going to be someone who's unhappy with Dominaria.
There's always going to be somebody who's unhappy with something. It doesn't matter.
So I reckon when you went back to Ravnica, Return to Ravnica, and you have you have the 10 guilds in the first two sets, there's going to be someone who's unhappy that the guildless or whatever they're called, or like some niche, literally on one card, like Trans Guild Courier. Do you remember that one? Like
yes,
all colors. It's Trans Guild Courier, all colors. It was like one of the first gold cards, and they're like, yeah. Where's that, man? Where's the
I want the
representation?
story, man.
Yeah, like how do I get to, where's that? Like there's always someone. And when we go back to Theros, I'm sure that because there's not enough talk of like Akros or, the Minotaur tribes or something like that.
Or what's the name? Man, Ashok. Yeah, where's Ashok?
Ashiok, Ashiok not from Theros.
Ashok's not from there. No, then they're gonna say, "Oh man, but you gave Ashok a gender now. Like she was it was genderless before." And there's gonna be a hell.
I saw an interesting theory. Posited Ashiok was actually from Amonkhet.
I saw that.
Which was quite interesting. Which tickled my fancy because Ashiok has no face.
Ashok has no face, has no gender, but has the clothings and has the trappings of Egyptian.
And they also think that because the way that Hazaret kills people when that you go through the trials is by like hitting you in the face with something.
Yeah.
And what would happen is that the Planeswalker spark ignites. But
when
the physical,
hit,
it ignites when you die, because it's normally the spark ignites when you're
facing
extreme stress,
trial,
right? Yeah, that's when it ignites.
Yep.
And so that was when his ignited. It's ignited.
Yeah. So after it got hit in the face by Hazaret's spear.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but interesting, yeah. So I think Dominaria is going to be. I think it'll be good, and I think it has to be quite powerful because people expect it to have power. I don't think it will have lightning bolt in it, for example, but
people want
that power level, and you're coming off quite low. So Ixalan, I think, is quite. And so you could talk of standard energy is like a very parasitic mechanic that's very very powerful, and they've banned all these Aetherworks Marvel, but now you have something like Attune with Ether, which is just. So good. And there was a really interesting piece on MCG Goldfish this week about what is too good, and you see all these different flavors of energy decks, and is energy too good, and we have to live with it for another year, right? Because it doesn't rotate out until then. But I don't think it's gonna have lightning bolts, but it will be a higher power level set.
I would hope so. I mean, like, well, comparable to Kaladesh. Kaladesh
Yeah.
had insane
Yeah,
cards.
Kaladesh has very powerful cards.
Very,
Kaladesh
very
block has
broken
very
stuff.
powerful cards.
Yeah.
Amonkhet has some okay,
Okay,
stuff
yeah,
for
it's
standard.
fine.
So Scarab God is the big one,
Yeah.
but also stuff like Glorybringer, and then
you still have like your gods, your Hazarets.
yeah,
and everything. They're powerful.
more mundane stuff like a braid as well, for example, which is
Yes.
quite innocuous. But Ixalan really doesn't have that much going for it at the moment.
Lightning Strike.
Lightning Strike,
That's
Ixalan's
it.
binding, I guess.
Ixalan's
got-
binding also is. I mean,
It's good against the Scarab God.
Oh gosh, it's okay. But it's okay removal. Like for 4 mana, like you still have your cast outs and stuff like that.
Yeah. It has it has the underrated land cycle. The
Yeah.
buddy lands come into play untapped if you can try. They're so good. But yeah, I hope Dominari's will be powerful and then see where they go from there.
That'll be I'm waiting for the next set. I'm waiting for that set to go away, and then we have Dominaria, and then we have.
But Dominaria isn't it? So it's Rivals of Ixalan, sorry, then Dominaria.
Yeah,
right?
rival of Ixalan's first.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not too
And then-
impressed by. I don't think I'll be too impressed by rivals because, the draft format right now is pretty stale. It's pretty.
Oh, but so this is an interesting point, right? And paying notional lip service to the fact that Kevin has a Sundering Titan in his graveyard, which is
wow.
Interesting, but perhaps not that good against the blue moon deck, which has a lot of basic lands.
Well, he can get rid of.
He can get rid of an island or a mountain, yeah.
Island and a mountain. So.
Yeah. But I think Amonkhet, to a certain extent, triple Amonkhet draft format suffered slightly from the same problems. It was super aggressive. You had to really be drafting.
It was hyper aggressive.
You had to be drafting like you have to be. Have your Nephcrop Entangler into a 3-drop into a 4-drop into a combat trick, and they were the best decks in the format.
But you had a good removal.
You had some removal, yeah.
I mean, like it wasn't. Yeah, you had no. I think it was good. I really think it was good. In comparison to, let's say, what we have now, right? Rivals of Ixalan. Rivals of Ixalan is piss poor.
Well, Ixalan, Ixalan, yeah. But I was going to say is the Hour of Devastation, when you added the Hour of Devastation to the Amonkhet pack, made it a completely different dynamic, completely different format.
Yes.
And Hour of Devastation draft format was so good.
Yeah,
it was so good because
the
the pieces that were unloved in Amonkhet really shone when you put them into the Hour of Devastation puzzle. And I'm wondering and I'm hoping that there's going to be something similar for Rivals of Ixalan, where all of a sudden, all of these unloved cards just become something more, better.
I mean, we're all hoping for that. I mean, we're always hoping that the draft and the sealed format is a fantastic format to play. Because some of us just don't play standard, some of us don't play modern, and modern doesn't always see like introduction of new cards.
And the stream has frozen.
Yeah, what has happened? Let me.
So we're gonna take we've got a technical issue, and we're gonna deactivate and then reactivate stream.
Okay, there we go.
We're back.
We go.
Yeah,
we're back.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see if Rise of Ixalan does the same for Ixalan. The danger is that with Ixalan being so on rails, Rivals of Ixalan needs to do the same as well. It needs to still put you into one of the tribes, and then you just, if you're lucky and no one else is in your tribe in pack 3, you just get absolutely paid off, which is what happens in Ixalan at the moment. If there's only you and one other Merfolk drafter at the table, that they are, and they're sitting on the other side of the table. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
There we go.
So Darren takes that, like he resolves. That's
it. Yeah, through the breach for Emrakul.
Yeah.
Still a good way to win.
3 life. I mean, Kevin was behind a lot. A lot in that game. Like it's not. Like I said, every control game or every control matchup, you want to be dropping your lands. You want to make sure that you're ahead on mana. Kevin, I don't think he assembled Tron in that game, so a little tough. And yeah, Mono Tron does suffer from the problem of consistency. Like you need to be able to get your Tron lands. Condescend is not enough. Condescend is not an Ancient Stirrings. It's not a Sylvan Scrying. But it does counter spells, which is great.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, Tron lands want green.
Yeah,
in some flavor.
So
you see white,
strong.
but the white
also has green in it.
Yeah, it wants green because green gives you access to cards that allow you to find Tron lands.
Yeah, it becomes more consistent. Yeah,
and that's all you. And with the Tron lands, you just want to have them as quickly as possible, play some big stuff, win the game, move on with your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Speaking of moving on with our life, we're going to move on with round 3 very, very soon. Hopefully, there are still a few players, a few tables left behind. They'll be finishing up their matches. But before we go, just want to remind you that you can join us on the stream every Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Singapore time. And if you want to find out more about the invitationals, go on down to greyogregames.com. And if you want to watch replays of all the stuff that we do, youtube.com/greyogregames, and yeah, just find us there. All right, we are going to go for a short break, so don't go away. We'll be right back.